Assalamu alaikum students, welcome to the mathematics class. Today is our third lecture, which is the continuation of our previous chapter, numbers to 999,999. If you remember, in our previous two lectures we were doing various sections of this chapter. We were done with section A, B and C. So today is the turn of section D. Today we will be finalizing this chapter with the last section, which is section D of this chapter. So please take out page number 10 of your book. Take out page number 10, open section D. So let's start. Repeat the rules which I mentioned to you earlier. This is what we are doing. We are underlining the digit which we are supposed to round, and then we are looking at the digit to the right. If the digit is 5 or more, that means if it's between 5 and 9, the underlined digit would go up. If the digit is 4 or less, that means it's between 0 and 4, the underlined digit would remain the same. All the numbers behind the underlined digit become 0. That means all the numbers to the right of the underlined digit 0. So I think these rules are clear to you now. Now another example, 69,095. Round 69,095 to the nearest 10,000. So to the nearest 10,000 means you are going to highlight 6, okay, because it is standing in the 10,000 place. Look at the digit to its right. If it's between 5 to 9, it is 9. So let's add 1 to this. So 6 plus 1 is 7. 0, 0, 0, 0. That means 70,000, which is our answer. Round the digit, round the number to the thousands, to the nearest thousand. Nearest thousand means let's highlight the digit on the thousands place, which is 9. Look at the digit to its right. If it's between 0 and 4, no change. If it's between 5 and 9, plus 1. So now you can see it's between 0 and 4, it's 0. So I'm not going to change 9, 69, 0, 0, 0, 69,000. Okay, as I have written here. Now if I just ask you randomly what would be, what if I round 69,095 to the nearest 100, what would I get? If I round it to the nearest 100, what would be my answer? Can you decide it for yourself? If I round it to the nearest 100, let's highlight 100 place, which is 0. I'm going to look back. I'm going to move to look at the digit to the right. If it's between 0 and 4, no change. But if it's between 5 and 9, which it is, it's 9. So plus 1 to 0. So 0 plus 1 is 1, right? So 69,100, which is 69,100. 69,100, 100. The 0 becomes 1, right? And if I am rounding it to the nearest 10, so I am going to look at 9. I am going to highlight 9. I am going to look at the right. If it's between 5 and 9, plus 1 to the 9. So in this case, just focus on this. This is a little bit tricky. If I am rounding it to the nearest 10, means I am looking at the tens place. So this is 9, right? And look at the digit to the right. This is between 5 and 9. This is 5. So I can add plus 1 to 9, right? So 9 plus 1 is what? 9 plus 1 is 10. Okay? And you know that 10 tens become 100, right? So I'm going to again add 1 here. So what would it become? Again 69,100. So it's the same case here. To the nearest 100, this would be 69,100. And to the nearest 10, again it would be 69,100. So this is how you do it. Got it? So it's time to solve a book exercise. Make sure you solve an exercise on page number 11. Open your books, take out page number 11 and make sure you solve this exercise for your practice. Okay? Let's revise whatever we learned in this chapter. Let's just have an overall review of what we learned in the entire chapter, because we are done with this chapter. Use greater than or less than to make the statements correct. You need to use these two signs to actually complete these sentences. So which sign I'm going to add here? This one or this one? 56,868 and 56,688. So which one is bigger? Which one is bigger? I've already explained you this thing, that in this case what do? You first look at the very first digit of both the numbers. Look at the very first digit. In this case, first look at the very first digit. Are they in the same places? Are they in the same places? 5 is standing here in the 10,000 place and 5 is standing here in the 10,000 place. So the very first digit have the same places. Okay? Now let's start comparing the numbers. 5 and 5, same. 6 and 6, same. 8 and 6. So which one is bigger? 8, right? So that means the entire number is bigger. So 56,868 is greater than 56,688. If you have not, if this is not clear to you, make sure you look at the previous 2 lectures. This was actually taught in the lecture number 2. So make sure you revise back in there so that things are clear with you. 86,109 and 40,169. So tell me which one is bigger? Which number is bigger? It is 840,169. This one is bigger. Because if I compare the very first digits, whether they are in the same places or not, so I found out that 8 is standing here in the 10,000 place, while 8 is standing here in the 100,000 place. So I know 100,000 is bigger than 10,000. So this entire number is bigger. So 86,109 is less than 840,169. Question number 2. Order 68,461, 86,146 and 64,168 from smallest to largest. So first of all, what have I taught you? Compare the places of the very first digit. 6 is in the 10,000, 8 is in the 10,000 and 6 is in the 10,000. So this means everyone's standing in the 10,000 place. Now let's compare the numbers. 6, 8, 6. So 8 is bigger, 8 is the biggest one. So this entire number is the biggest one. 86,146 would come here. Then the second number would be what? Which one is a little bit smaller? 6 and 6. Both these are same. 8 and 4. So which one is bigger? 8. So this entire number is bigger. 68,461 would come here. And finally 64,168 would come here. So okay, you need to actually order it from the smallest to largest, no? So I actually told you from largest to smallest. So if the condition is from smallest to largest, so which one is the smallest one? 64,168 would come here. 68,461 would come here. And 86,146 would come here. Okay, make sure you look at the condition. It's from smallest to largest. Initially I was telling you from largest to smallest, but make sure you write it from smallest to largest. Write the missing numbers. 400,000 plus 70,000 plus 530 and 1. Add these together. What would you get? what would be the final number? Four. After 100,000 it's 10,000. Fine. 4, 7, and then it's 1,000. After 10,000 we have 1,000, but we have got 100 here. This means there is nothing in the thousands place, so 0. 4, 7, 0, 5, tens. After hundreds we have tens and then ones. So 4, 7, 0, 5, 3, 1. 1,000. There is no 1,000 here. You can see that this is 100,000. This is 10,000. No 1,000 here, which is 0. Then hundreds, then tens, and then ones. So 4, 7, 0, 5, 3, 1. What would come here? If I break this number into the separate values, so you see 0 would have no value, 9 is in the tens place, so 90, 1 is in the hundreds place, so 100, and we have only one blank here. Okay, so what am I going to add here? This entire thing, which is 68,000, right? I have added 0 has no value, 9 is 90, 1 is 100, and we have only one blank here, so this entire thing would be 68,000. Part C. Dash is 200 more than 14,116. What does more means? More means plus. So if I add 200 to 14,116, I am adding 200. So I am going to change the hundreds place. Which digit is standing in the hundreds place? 1. So 1 plus 200 is 300. So 14,316 is 200 more than 14,116. Part D. This is a number pattern. 30,500, 28,500. So what are we doing here? Are we moving forward or are we moving backward? Are the numbers increasing or are they decreasing? 30,500, then 28,500. So from 30 it's 28. So what is the difference? 30 minus 2 is 28, right? Okay. So what are we doing? Minus 2. We are doing minus 2,000, right? What are we doing? We are doing minus 2,000 and then minus 2,000. You can see here, this is 500 and this is 500. But here 30 and here we have got 28. So what is the difference between 30 and 28? Minus 2, right? 28, 29, 30. Minus 2. Minus 2,000. Minus 2,000. Minus 2,000. So again I am going to minus 2,000. So what am I going to get? 28 minus 2. 26. So 26,500. And then 20,500, then 22,500, and then 20,500. So we are done with our revision. We are done with our chapter. This was the last lecture. I hope everything is clear with you. If anything you are confused about or anything which is not clear to you, make sure watch the previous lectures and make sure you complete all the assignments that are provided to you. Okay. And make sure you solve the book exercises as well for your own practice. We will be starting our next chapter in the next lecture. So till then, keep practicing and keep practicing. Meet you in the next lecture. Thank you.